Hey everybody, it's Brandon Line and welcome back to the FTOG server. Try number 2. I recorded a really great, 30-minute video, and then OBS took a crap on me and ruined the recording. So, here we are. We are here at Spawn, and I figured that would be a great place to start. I haven't been on the server in a while because I have horrible ADD, and I felt like I wasn't making a whole lot of progress, and it just killed any motivation that I had to play. I'm not making excuses, that's what it was. So here we are. A lot of work has been done. This is the Spawn Pavilion, Pavilion. Torgal's place, there's the Spawn Tower, and here was this awesome thing. Let's get over here and take a look at this. Seasoned Gamers, FTOG, and Voxel Squad, the crossover ultra hardcore, which took place this past weekend. I should say that took place on October 29th. I'm recording this on November 2nd. I'm not sure if those have been released yet. I did take part in it, but my recording failed. I realized about an hour in that I was not going to have a recording for any of that, which really sucked. This is everyone's signs. There are some new people on the server, which I unfortunately don't know exactly who they are, and I need to update everything. So, whoops on that. But here's mine, and I really like the way it looks. Now, what's in here? It's in the dispenser. Interesting. Alright. So, there's that. I think this is Toddy's weather station. Toddy the Body Sunshine weather station. It is. And what do we have over here? A lot of this was done during the Spawn renovation, which I unfortunately had to miss. I seem to miss all the good stuff. What is this? Whose is this? What is this supposed to be? There's a water cooler. I like that. I'm not sure. What's this? Book and Quill. And that's Positive Chisel Designs. Metaphoric Fungal Stone. These designs are so intricate. I'm guessing they did all of this with chisels and bits. These people have gone crazy with chisels and bits, and I'm just freaking making pyramids. What is this? Jedsai Academy. Welcome to the Jedsai Academy. Padawan learners, please move to your left to start your training. Jedsai Knights, you are free to use the facilities to hone your skills, create new casting devices, and contribute to the Psi library. What? Okay. Take the CAD and press the button. Hold on. I gotta check this out. Shoot. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I don't have time for that, unfortunately. Are these... That's chiseled rock. I was like, is that an actual, movable thing? Because that'd be so cool. Oh, man, I sneezed. And I got a message, and I had to mute that. Oh, my God. Okay, so what has been going on in my life? A lot. Work has finally returned to normal. This is kind of awkward because I'm having to repeat all the things that I said in the video that I just recorded, but there was a lot of stuff that I really needed to cover. So, I made it to the hurricane. Hurricane Matthew came through here at about Category 2. No major damage, but there was a lot of crap that happened. Okay, here's my pyramid. Let's go. There was a whole lot that happened, damage-wise, around the county. Like a lot of flooding, and power lines were down for a while, and that was kind of stressful for a lot of people. I had to do a lot of extra hours at our emergency operations center, helping people get set up with their emergency response software, as well as assisting in the call center to kind of direct people where to go. If you do not have the phone number and information for your local emergency services management center, be sure to get that whenever you don't need it, so that whenever you do need it, you have it. It's really important, especially when it comes to if you do have damage, that you know how to report it. So here we had our, is that already filled? It is already filled. Good Lord. All right. So that's, okay, so we have 256 buckets of honey, and this is, why is that tank full? Oh, okay, that's the air that the tank is full. Okay. We got so much more to do. I don't know where our princess went. Something happened in one of the, like probably during a server restart, and she was like getting transferred, and she's just gone. I'll have to make another one. No big whoop. In here, you can see all the torches are gone, but why is there all this light? Right here. Sneaky torch. All right. This is a sneaky torch. It's made with a sneaky block and a torch, and the sneaky block is made with granite, ardite, you know, that stuff. Not ardite, diorite, or slime balls. And you get 8 of them, and I have a lot. And all you gotta do is you place down the sneaky torch, and you right click it with a block, and it takes on the texture of that block. What I'm gonna be doing is going around, and where I see a dark patch like this, I'm going to be filling that in, because I want the lighting to be as smooth as possible throughout the entire base. So like, which means I may wind up going through a lot of these things. See, that's pretty good. Actually, you know what? If I go to options, video settings, smooth lighting, if I turn smooth lighting off, this will actually make it a lot easier to see where I need to place them. It looks ugly as sin right now, but, and you can see that there's going to be a lot of patches that I have to go back and redo, but that's not too bad. So yeah, what else has been going on? I have been trying to work as much as I can to get my side business up and running, which is a computer repair business with me and my buddy Jesse, who I've mentioned many times that we're going to do collab work, and we never do. Which isn't, it's not his fault, it's not my fault, it's our, we now have the same schedule because he's working at my office on a part-time basis, hopefully going full-time soon. Weird budget things. Oops. And we both love working on computers. That's what we're doing right now, but you know, we want to do that and make even more money, because I get paid well for my area, but I have a lot of bills. I have Aiden, who, you know, I pay for a lot of his stuff, and then my youngest son Evan, who through various reasons I don't get to see, I still pay a large portion of his health care. So that alone, between what you know, my mandated child support is $240 a month for Aiden, but I send an additional $280 a month, so that's closer to $520, plus Evan's health care, that is around $620 a month that I pay right now, which is a lot. That's about a quarter of my gross before taxes. So you can kind of figure out what I make from that if you feel so inclined. But it makes it difficult to really save a whole lot of money, and I'm kind of torn right now. The house that I'm living in, I rent from my uncle, and the original plan, my voice cracked there for some reason, that was odd, I've already been through puberty. The original plan was that I would buy the house. And I was all for that plan because at the time I had, and the main reason that I moved from where I was to where I am now was that I paid my car off. So I didn't have to worry about living with roommates. Because I don't like, I like having my own place, but I also don't like being alone, which is weird, which is why I spend a lot of time out of the house. Though here recently I've been spending even more time in the house. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, sneaky blocks. So, yeah. The house, I was going to buy it, do some renovations, and that was going to be fantastic. It seemed like a really solid investment, yada, yada, yada. The problem I'm having now is because I do have a car payment again. I went from having a $220 a month car payment to having no car payment for like 6 months to now back having a $250 a month car payment, which sucks. Because I was going to be using that money and, you know, every other week, you know, buy some needed materials, start working on the house some. Well, those additional funds are gone. Like, I have a surplus monthly of maybe a couple $100. And that's if I'm very careful with my budget, which I tend to splurge from time to time. And that's not I've been trying to control that. But anyway, I digress. You know, he wants to sell the house to me, owner finance, to where I don't have to go through a bank because my credit isn't that great, for $35,000. It is a 2-story wood frame home about 4 blocks from the river, St. John's River in Palatka. It's appraised at around $65,000 to $70,000. Wants to sell it to me for $35,000 because it requires a lot of renovation that he didn't have the time or money for, and that I now don't have the money for. So I'm kind of torn. If I wanted to buy a home, which I do because, you know, I'm an adult and I kind of want roots, or at least to have an investment in equity and all that fun stuff, it would take me probably about a year to comfortably save enough for the 20 or 15 to 20% down payment that most banks want you to have, which would be around $5,000 to $6,000. What gets me torn, and this is something that I've been like internally fighting with for so long, is that for that same amount, $5,000 to $6,000, I would be able to see. I live in the upstairs part of the house. It was at some point in the past, like sometime in the 60s, it was separated into an upstairs and downstairs apartment. And I stay upstairs because the downstairs needs a lot of work. Like the kitchen was torn out, blah blah blah, and you know, there's just a lot of work needs to be done. For that same amount of money, I could renovate the upstairs, and then I could do a lot of the needed renovations that would get the upstairs to a great condition and the downstairs to a pretty good condition that would still need a little bit of work, you know, like redoing a kitchen, a bathroom, you know, blah blah blah. So I would be able to drop $5,000 to $6,000. Then I would be able to renovate the upstairs, rent out the upstairs for $500 to $600 a month, because even the upstairs is let's see, about 800 square feet, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, with a large living room and balcony. So I'm pretty sure, given my area, I could easily get $550 to $600 a month for that. If I could get $550 a month for that, then that would literally pay the mortgage. So do I save up $5,000 to $6,000, then deal with banks and a realty company and buy a house that doesn't require renovation? Or do I save up the $5,000 to $6,000, renovate the upstairs, buy the house from my uncle, rent it out to someone while I live downstairs, and then that $500 to $600 a month pays the mortgage and utilities, and I live rent free? What do I do? I don't know. Am I gonna be? Where do those go? Okay, there's a sneaky block. So where do my torches go? Okay, boom, boom, boom. 13. Crap. I don't know. It's a conundrum, and I am honestly not sure what to do. I think I know what I'm gonna do, but man, I don't know, dude. And then, you know, once I get the downstairs renovated, what the plan was in the future was to, once everything was said and done, you know, kind of let the person know, like, hey, I'm not going to be renewing your lease, whatever, 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 and then reconnect the upstairs and downstairs with the interior stairway. And at that point, I would have a very large single-family home that would probably get appraised at around $150,000 for $70,000 worth of investment over, you know, probably 10 years. That sounds really good, but then there's like the headache of it being a money pit for a while. I don't know. It's stressful. Alright, so this is starting to look pretty good, and once I turn smooth lighting back on, it's probably going to look just fine. I'm going to feel like I kind of overdid this. But at the same time, if there's like any dark splotches, it's going to piss the hell out of me. It's going to is that even, did I even say that right? Probably not. I've been trying really hard to watch my language. I mentioned this in one of my Binding of Isaac videos, I think. That apart from YouTube's whatever new community guidelines, which that kerfuffle died down really, really quick, I realized that my language was getting very harsh at very inopportune times. And what really sealed it is this past weekend, I picked Aiden up from school, and, you know, every time that I pick him up, I check his planner to see, you know, how he's doing, because I'm not there every day, yada, yada, yada. And I noticed a note from his teacher from this past week saying that Aiden wrote something very inappropriate in his notepad. And then she put MF. So my son, my precious, darling, blonde-haired, blue-eyed son Aiden, wrote MFer in his notepad. Teacher saw it, confiscated it, tore it out, gave back the notepad, and wrote a note to his mom. Yeah. So, I know I'm not going to say I'm to blame. Alright? I'm not going to say I'm to blame. But it's probably somewhat my fault. It's not bad. It's not bad. But, you know, if I get cut off, sometimes things slip out. And up in Jacksonville, around I-95, they're a bunch of MFers. They don't know how to signal or anything. And they have no problem cutting you off, blah, blah, blah. Okay. See, I've been trying to tone that down a bit. And I think I've been doing pretty well. I don't think I've cursed much in this video. I probably said, like, damn a couple of times, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count. I'm not even sure if shit counts anymore. I don't know. Okay. Just like any of these particularly dark splotches, I want to fix. I'm sure most other people aren't going to notice them, but I will. Alright. It's not like anything's going to spawn in here if I don't do this. It's mostly just for aesthetics. And that, unfortunately, will bother me if I don't get it right. Okay. Oh, right here. Right here. I watch too much Northern Lions sometimes. So what else has been going on? Game-wise, my buddy Sean talked me into playing World of Warcraft again. So if you are on World of Warcraft and you are on the Dweramir server, hit me up. My name is Jahrul, Jahrool, because everyone needs to know my opinion. Where's Ja? Where's Ja? Alright, so let's take a look at what this looks like if I put smooth lighting back on. That looks pretty good. What about down here? Still a couple of patches that I'll have to fix. And what about upstairs? Okay. This is pretty good. There's these weird little glitches around here, and there's a sneaky torch there and there. So I'm not sure what causes that. Someone did mention not putting it against a wall, so I wonder if that has something to do with that. Oh, another weird thing I saw. Here's my portal frame. If we hop through here, boop. And then we wait. Alright, here we are. And there is our digital miner. How are you functioning? You're done! Sweet! When I logged in earlier, he still had like 7,000 blocks to mine. So I went ahead and put down these ender anchors. And now he's good to go. But I noticed there was another one over here. And I don't think this might have been mine. But if you go through it, it leads you here. And I know that I didn't have mine located here. I had it, you know, up there, which I've since torn down. So I'm not sure where this one came from. So maybe we just need to break it. And then my favorite part ever. Doosh, 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 doosh. Nice. I like it. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we got all this properly lit up. I think I retouched on all the topics that I talked about. I'm going to need to replace these as well, because I do not like that. I don't like that at all. That's going to bother the hell out of me. Oh my god. So, yeah. I think that is good for today. Next time, which hopefully will be soon, very soon, I'm going to make myself do it. We are going to be working on fixing our storage system, because right now we have this set up, which isn't bad. I'm not going to say it's bad. We have our dimensional transceiver going into that chest, going into the input thing. And, you know, we now have a good bit of... Wow, we actually don't have that many resources. Where's all of our gold? Wait a second. Where's all of our gold? Is it down here? Did we process some gold? Oh, yep, we got 21 gold in here. So we're low on gold. We need to fix that. But I think next time we're going to work on our storage setup using RF tools, and we'll just see how it goes and see how we feel about things. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please leave a like. It really does help me out and lets me know that you want to see more of this type of content, and I will see you next time.